Hi, Louise. Hi. I will unmute you. There you go. Hi, Louise.
Hi, lovely. How are you?
I'm great. How have you been?
Okay. Got better. Getting better.
Getting better. Getting better from what? Your husband?
Oh no, he's fine.
He's good? Okay.
Yeah, he's back at work and he's been back at work for a few weeks.
Has he really? Yeah.
Yeah, it's really, really good. Yeah, I just never see him now, Judy.
Oh, it's different. Yeah.
I've had 5 months of seeing him like literally 24/7, and now
Oh
suddenly
my gosh.
he works Monday to Friday, pretty much like, oh, I don't know, he's gone by 9ish and he's not back till 7 or 8,
Oh.
and then he does Saturdays as well. So I'm just like, oh, little me on my own. But,
And you're working at home most of the time, right?
yeah, but sorry.
Do you ever leave or do you always just work from home?
I work from home, but I made an effort last week. I went back to yoga because I've got a dodgy shoulder. I don't know if I told you about that.
Okay.
So it's made me a little bit like, oh, I can't do this, I can't do that, and in case I make it worse, or blah blah blah. But I went back to yoga this last week. I went to a yin yoga class, thinking, Lou, you know what to do. You know what to not do. Just bloody do it. Stop, excuse my language, fucking about. Just do it.
Yeah.
So I went to that Thursday, and then I went to a business networking thing, which is actually, funnily enough, held in our local pub. Just some business women from the village and just surrounding areas. Somebody just decided to get a group, and I went to that. So I'm making more of an effort.
That's great. Yeah, that's really great.
Yeah.
I should
What
do
do you
that
do
a little bit more locally myself.
Yeah, do you stay at home and work? I mean, I know that you do your teaching and classes and stuff and things, and I do that as well. But what about when
Yeah.
you do your work? Do you go to a coffee shop, or do you just prefer to be at home?
I'd like to do it either way, but I'll tell you, I generally do it at home because I hate to leave my dogs.
Okay, that's fine.
And they're pretty happy right here. And so I generally will do it at home. There are times where I may, like, if I run to get my hair done, actually, it takes like 3 hours to get my hair done. So when I'm sitting there, I usually work there.
Mm.
She knows I'm going to just do that, and I think so many people just put their head in their computers anyway, but mostly home.
Yeah, do you know what? I just like it anyway, because my mum's always said to me, Lou, if you need a break, come to ours and just sit here and work. And I'm like, yeah, but I like having my things around me, and I have to teach myself discipline and motivation.
Mm-hmm.
So, but working, I'm just having to create strategies and tools to motivate me, and I'm so easily distracted, so I have to stop that.
That's why if I go to a coffee shop or somewhere, there's nothing to distract. I'm like, oh, I'm not going to get up and prep salads. I'm not going to get up and, whatever. So that sometimes can be a thing. I know Mare was really big on having a space to work, and I'm in this space today that I did create last year, and a lot of the times I just don't use it.
Oh, wow. Okay.
A lot of the times I will just sit by my fireplace because I find that to be comfy. Once in a while I'll go downstairs where the gym is, but then the dogs can't come. The dogs they're fine here, although one's like right in my way right now. So I think when I'm in this room, I will say I'm definitely more productive. So I have to just be more disciplined to get to this room and do it,
Yeah, I'm a bit of both, because I keep thinking, I was initially, because I got my own home office and I had it in my last house as well, but I have never had one before. It was always a dining room table or somewhere, because I had to share with my girls were living at home then.
Mm-hmm.
But I've got this office space now, but I still come in here and I've got a computer, I've got my laptop, I get distracted, but I have to really focus. But I really think sometimes I need to be somewhere without the laptop, without the computer, and just do good old pen and paper writing down stuff.
Really?
Mm.
Here's a question. And this goes back to something I read years ago, because when I was raising my 4 kids and cleaning our house and just trying to like cook and clean and keep everything ready, I fell upon this website called The Fly Lady. Have you
Okay.
ever heard of it?
Nope.
Okay. Well, her premise, it's all about basically managing your family, right down to cleaning your house. And she had this whole thing with setting a timer and getting a task done in X amount of time and then taking a break. She was really big on taking, and she'd like get your favorite beverage and reward yourself with a break, even if it's, water, whatever's relaxing. And I sometimes will go back to that because um, I actually, her website is interesting. If you ever want to, I think it's either flylady.com or .net. And
Okay.
she actually has a book called Shine Your Sink, which I bought. And it all begins with like just keeping an orderly home starts with shining your sink. But it's about not procrastinating and just having a fairly organized way to go about things. And sometimes when I find myself getting a little like putting things off and do that, I kind of go, recently I've gone back to her. I even went to her website and was just plug in my own little tasks that I need to do for my
Okay.
business.
That's interesting. Yeah.
It's very, very interesting. This woman was, of course, everyone's got a story with their business, but very depressed. And she has a cute little acronyms, and one of them is CHAOS, CHAOS, which stands for Can't Have Anyone Over Syndrome. Because like your house is a mess and your life is a mess. Right. She's funny. She has you laughing. She's got a whole team of people, but it's just kind of, I don't know, you might find it amusing and you might pick up from some tips just from visiting her website.
No, that'd be useful as well, and also useful for my clients because I've done a lot of research recently, and time keeps coming up over and over and over again. I mean, I know that it does anyway.
Yeah.
I haven't got time. I'm too busy. I've got other things to do. I'd love to do this. I'd love to achieve my dreams. I'd love to blah 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 blah. And before part of me is like, no, you can't obviously want it that much if you're not, doing it. You're making excuses, and I don't think time's the excuse. I think time is used as an excuse, but there's more behind that. There's more the fear, the being scared, the I'm not good enough, and that's why people stick in their uncomfortable comfort zones and things. So what I'm now doing, because I was going to launch my beta test, but now I'm doing a 5-day time creation. I told you, didn't I? Time creation challenge in my group. And I thought, first of all, how can I tell them something different? What's different? But I come up with like 5 really cool ideas, I think, to create time in your life.
That's really interesting. And actually, if you want to come in and talk about that, what's my next? I think I'm scheduled out till July 24th. So 2 weeks after that would be August 7th.
Well, that's cool because I'll have already done my 5-day challenge then.
Yeah, you'll have refined it by then. And
yeah.
Yeah.
And then I can have a workbook or something to give to them or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because I just think, just the research I've done is just like, I think time is just a big thing. And then people worry, especially at our age, I'm wasting time. Time's gone so quickly. Oh shit, oh my God, I'm halfway through my life, literally. And what if the rest of my life goes as quick as this other half? And what if I don't get done what I want to get done? And what if I don't achieve my dreams? And oh my God, I'm just not good enough and I can't do it. And it's sad. It's really sad. I had
the story, it grows in our head when we go on down that path. Holy crap.
I had a friend of mine, she didn't have the time to get on a quick call with me to answer my questions. So she goes, I'll just email them over to me. And I was like, okay, whatever, but this says it all. But I know her quite well anyway. And the questions and the answers to it, I just felt so, so sad. The answers like, yeah, I want this, but time, and I've got to do this. And yes, I realize this. And I made them score themselves on a scale of 1 to 10 about where they felt they were with achieving their dreams, living a thriving, fulfilled life, and embracing who they were. And hers were literally 2 to 4 out of 10.
Oh, that is so sad. So
it's really, really sad.
Wow. Yeah, I think that would be really interesting for you to come in and do that.
Happy to. When do you want me to do it? What date did you say? Sorry?
August 7th. It should be a Wednesday, and that's 4:30 Eastern time. Is that too late for you?
Probably, because that's 9:30 my time.
So maybe what we could do that week, maybe we could pre-record an interview between the two of us and I could play it.
Yeah, I'm happy, whatever.
So I'm doing Zoom calls with them every other week with my members now. And instead of just like open-ended Q&A, I'm starting with a little topic.
Okay.
So,
unless I make an just that. When's the 7th? August the 7th.
August 7th.
So that's 4:30. How long would it be for? An hour?
At the most. Or you could leave if you want,
I mean, it's just me being precious about my bedtime, but
Well, that's important. Keep your boundaries. Don't let me ruin your boundaries.
Well, no, because there's always an exception to a rule, isn't there? And I know in advance, and that means that
you can plan for it. Yeah.
I plan and I cater for it, don't I? Mm-hmm. And if it becomes a problem, I just say, Judy, let's just record it beforehand.
Okay.
So I'll put that down. So it is 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, 9:30.
9:30.
My time. And about time creation. Well, you'll be in my group anyway. So when I do the challenge and time creation, so you can see what I'm doing.
Okay. Yeah, that'll be cool. I'll be really interested to see how that goes.
So how are things going for you then?
It's going, interesting. I'm focusing on this membership and is my main offering. I ran my challenge a few weeks ago, the Body Project. Mm-hmm. And so I gave away six free workouts, and they had to check in every day. And then in that group, they did
though, because I saw it.
They did. So I had 65 people sign up and 21 active participants, 22. I thought that was fabulous. Mm. Right off the bat, 2 people bought into my membership, which I thought that's pretty good. Some of the people who seemed warm, I got, I did some texting and some people messaging, offered them calls. I had one woman come along all the way, got right down to so interested. And she gave me the old, I can't afford it right now. And so I've actually written 2 blog posts since then on how, you can't afford not to, this is your quality of life, and I tell people this is your primary health insurance. If you're not doing something to ensure your own health, then what are you doing? You're asking for problems. So I kind of said it a little bit nicer, but with this lady, I did say to her, my response to her was, what Target is, right? Yeah. How much money, look at how much you spend on your disposable income each month at things like Target and coffee and just frivolous things. I said, by the end of that, you could easily pay for this. Most people could easily pay for this membership if they just rethink their money and think of it. It's not a cost, it's an investment. And I just left her with that and didn't push her. But she also told me she hates to work out. So I feel that it's not, she hasn't learned to make it a priority. So I just left it. I'm like, that's it. She's not, for me, but it's okay.
She might be in the future.
She might be. Some people take a few years. Yeah.
Do you offer is it a monthly membership or a quarterly or a yearly?
Quarterly, but they also have the option to pay. Well, the online people pay quarterly. The in-person people can pay quarterly or biannually or annually. I just offered annually this year. I might have made the discount too big because I'm not going to complain. It's job security for me for a year, but people are taking it. I gave them a pretty good discount, but I'm like, you know what? I'll just get more members later on down the road. If they're going to commit for a year, who can argue with that?
Yeah.
Right. And and these are not new people. These are people who've been with me for a while. So, they see the value, which is,
Do you have like a cancellation policy in that as well, or a refund or stuff, depending, for new people joining and they don't like it or they make an excuse or something?
If someone comes to me and they really are unhappy and they don't like it, I do refund their money. Yeah. Mm-hmm. I had a client who, these have been longtime friends for years. We would go to their restaurant and my children 3 of my kids worked at their restaurant for years and years and years. And the wife, and I should have seen the red flags, finally said she and her daughter wanted to come for semi-private training. And I was a little hesitant because I think the daughter has some deep-seated problems that are more than just fitness. You know, she comes from a dancing background, and I think she might have some deep-seated, like really like self-confidence problems, but also I think maybe eating problems. And
Yeah.
so the mother came to one session and then just said this was not a good idea. And I totally agreed. And I wrote her a check and gave her her money back.
Wow.
So
Did
I've
she get
always,
sorted out? Did she get her daughter sorted out?
you know, it's a very sticky situation because she's almost neurotic hypochondriac-ish. And they actually brought her to see my husband, which I guess hip I shouldn't say that. I probably shouldn't say that because we're recording this, but she would tell me that anyways. And so I don't know. I don't ask questions. I just kind of avoided that topic because I think I'm not the person for them.
Yeah, well, you're not going to be for everybody anyway, and none
No,
of us are we? And it's just accepting
no.
that. I mean, I think
No,
in
no,
days
no. It's just, yeah, they're not like she's midlife and she could be definitely benefit if she would come to the group classes, you
yeah,
know, with our other women. But if once she brought her daughter in and a whole other host of issues, um, her daughter needs to go somewhere else. She needs to, I think, first work on what's going on inside her head, you know, with a professional. So,
yeah. Well, then it's good that you recognize that as well, though, because that's part of our job to recognize things
yeah,
like that.
yeah,
With sometimes people insistent that it's okay for them to do stuff or to be with us, but it's not. And that's for us as a professional to pick up on and to manage it, I guess.
yeah,
Because I've had a few people, well, years gone by in my classes. It always seems, I love having mums and daughters. I ran a kids' fitness class that they could bring their parents to. Yeah. And I found that worked better than doing a parents' class that they bring their kids to.
oh yeah, because the kids are kicking and screaming, and yeah.
Yeah, so it worked quite well having kids, even though you have to be even more high energy when you've got kids to work with.
I
So
just won't even take them anymore. I've had a few people hire me. I've done some Division 1 athletes, and I'm like, you know what? This is not my sweet spot. They
yeah.
can be served better, and I just refer them out. You know, just better off.
So you've done this launch now. When do you do it? How often do you launch for your membership?
So the true membership I just started in October with
Oh,
the
okay.
online. So everyone who's a member, and what I did was I grandfathered in all my in-person people. So not only can they come to unlimited classes per week, but they can view the videos and come to these bi-weekly. So we're doing them on Zoom now. I started doing a few of them which you did in the Facebook group, but not everyone's on Facebook and they don't want to be. I have some
Yeah.
people and I'm like, you know what, we'll just do a Zoom conference call. And that way. So anyways, that started in October, but the in-person people have been coming for 10 years. It's just kind of evolved from private to semi-private to small group gradually. And
So how do you just run it continuously, like your membership? People can join at any time?
well, that's a very good question. It is basically that way. The way I've done the in-person membership is I've gone to quarterly. And if
Mm.
people, so I kind of only ask people or let people know, hey, we're starting a thing now quarterly. Now, Sky is the old Colin. Sky thinks that I should let people come in anytime. I do think an open and closed cart quarterly, which is what I was doing. If people start in the middle, what I was doing is prorating them once in a while. If they're like, but I want to start working out next week, I'm like, all right, let's figure this out. For the membership, I'm really on the fence of whether I should do open and closed cart and just do it every quarter or allow people to come in at any time.
From what I'm currently doing at the moment, just a little tip: open and closed is better for what you're doing.
That's what I think too.
Just a little tip.
That's what I think too, and that's what I've read. And did you join Stu?
McLaren's, yeah.
You did? Good for you.
No,
Because
because
that's what reminded me of it, this open and closed. And so is it self-paced or how's it working?
self-paced. I mean, we've got access to it for a year because, like you knew, I was back and forwards But Mike just said, I'll go back to work 2 weeks early and I'll pay for it.
God bless him.
Um, well, as you know, finance has been pretty shitty for me. But I've been wanting to do a membership site for 2 years now. And well, we went through all this anyway. Because I'm not launching mine till September. So what I'm doing is to be fair, Judy, the training is second to none. It is absolutely, absolutely amazing. Every good word you hear about it is true. You know, a lot of people sing the praises of things.
Mm-hmm.
And often you're like, yeah, well, really? Is it? Isn't it? Are you just an affiliate and you're just getting money for it? But it's second to none. Second to none. It's so good. And it's modular. And they've got, I think, in total 6 modules. They had a foundation one, an introduction one, and then 6 on top of that. And they've released like 2 in a go. Then they give a break and they do implementation week. And then they do another 2 implementation, another 2 implementation. Okay. And it's step by step. And they give you bonuses as well, access to other courses. To do with, say, marketing and, and Facebook ads or creating an audience straight away. They give scripts that you just type in your details and it comes up with an automatic like email script or a nurturing sequence and things like that. Justine's in it. Justine will be able to answer questions as well. But just a little tip from him is open and closed. It depends upon I think, say an example you're doing for pregnant women or a membership site to get women breastfeeding, that would be more an open one because people come in at different stages, don't
mm-hmm.
they? You can't just say, right, sorry, I've closed now. I know you're 5 months pregnant, but you'll have to wait till another year.
Yeah.
You just get pregnant again and we'll go through it then. But for things like what we do, they very much recommend open and closed.
See, I like that. That's
even
what I thought.
Scary. But what he did say as well, it's scary because you think, well, I've closed the doors and I need money maybe still. And what you can then do is you create a wait list and you can do a sort of behind the scenes launch just to your wait list. Mm-hmm. Like say I did my membership site starting from September and then I wanted to do a quiet sort of back end one, I would just send it to my wait list in December, January time, then maybe do another big launch in 3 months time and then do another back end launch, if that makes sense.
It does make sense.
So even if you close it, you've still got a wait list that you can still access and keep them nurtured and keep sending stuff through to them. So
but do you accept them if they are ready to join, if they're on the wait list, or you make them wait till the next launch?
You make them wait.
Okay. All right.
For the reasons that, like I think when Mare talks about it, you tell them it's going, it's gone, and you stick to it.
Mm-hmm.
Because otherwise people will be going, oh, well, can I join? Oh, okay then. And then you get known for, oh, don't worry about signing up now. It'll be okay. You can do it. But he did say if you did do an open cart, you need to offer a reason or incentive for them to join like every month.
Okay.
Like a bonus or something. So, if you join this month, you get this. And then the next month, if you join, offer them something. Because otherwise we'll go, oh, well, it's always open. Maybe I'll join in 3 months' time.
So I'm kind of so the way this would go, if it were every 3 months and coming off of the challenge that I just did with that new list that has 65 people on it, some of them were on other lists, but there was a fair amount of new people. This would be, launching for July 1st would be like, okay, we're accepting. And then I wouldn't accept again. I would launch again for October 1st. And I just had this conversation with my husband about, he said, when is your next launch? And not really, I don't really feel like I'm in a launch, but maybe I am, not an official one. Anyways, he said, could you wait? So he has this very big responsibility that's going to end on September 14th. And he said, could you wait till after that? And I thought, yeah, actually, works out very well because that'll be almost time to launch for October 1st for the
Yeah,
last quarter of the year.
and you can
So
always just
other than this little bit of time now, so I wonder if I should say to people, you know, new members are allowed in, starting until July 1st, and then the next time we're opening up the online membership will be October 1st.
yeah. It's creating a what do you call it? What does Mary Alice call
I think I'm going to do that.
it? Creating a fear of missing out, creating I
Yeah.
gotta get in there because it's gonna close, it's gonna close, it's gonna
Yeah.
close.
See, this is where I think Sky missed the mark. She was like, no, you just let people in whenever. But, I'm realizing that her business is not like our business. It's different.
Her business is also not membership sites, is it?
Well, I don't know. I feel like I'm a member as a yearly member there.
No, don't mean that. I mean, as in she doesn't teach
Oh,
people how to create membership sites and
exactly.
sell membership sites.
You're absolutely right.
That's what I meant. Like her business is what she does is really good at. Yeah, creating,
Mm-hmm.
and she has a membership site for what she does.
But she can't advise people. Got it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does that make more sense? Yeah.
It sure does. So I had said to myself, if a year went by and I really heard good things about this Stu's course and I really felt strongly about it in 1 year, that the next time he launched it, I would do it, because I did feel like I was being impulsive, even though I have to say all the people who did the affiliates were people who already make a lot of money in their own right. It's not like, they were definitely credible people, and I listened and listened. And part of it was I also made a promise to my husband that I would not invest in anything in 2019. So I am.
I mean, I wasn't going to. I was sitting on the fence. I really wanted
Yeah.
to, but my financial situation was quite dire, is quite dire. But like Mike and I spoke so much, and he's known how long I've wanted to do it for.
For you, I think it was a great idea. Yeah.
And because I need to make more than I'm making, and the one-to-ones weren't working for me.
Mm-hmm.
I needed them to, and because, like I said, I pivoted, I needed to have a lower priced offering.
Mm-hmm.
And I love creating content, and I love doing it, and I love educating, and I think it serves, I haven't launched it yet, and I've got now my processes, my 5-day free challenge, my beta testing course for my signature course, and then it'll go into the membership site. But I've got all the stuff that I need. I can't afford to go. They've got a tribe, I don't even know what you call it, a tribe meetup or something, a conference thing in Toronto in August.
For Stu's group?
Yeah, which sounds incredibly amazing, but I can't do that. Not this year. I promise for next year. For next year.
Next year. Now, was that for members only who joined his membership?
Initially, if they've got spare tickets, then it'll open, because if not everybody can do it. So if they have spare tickets, it'll open up to the public.
Yeah, it's interesting. Toronto's only 3.5 hours from me.
Yeah, keep an eye out for it.
Yeah, I might, depending on, we're traveling to Europe at the end of August, so I don't know if it'll even work out, but you never know.
Whereabouts in Europe are you going to?
So we're starting in Malta. Did I tell you this? And we're Sicily, and then we're going up the coast of Italy and ending in Nice.
Oh, you'll be so close, but so far.
We are traveling on a small, literally it's a sailboat.
Wow.
It has 30 rooms. So there will be 30 couples and a crew of 30.
Wow.
It's a very unique kind of small kind of well-guided vacation, but it's completely, we don't lift a piece of baggage. It's really interesting. We came upon this company and did a lot of research on it, and then come to find out someone that we know socially is related to the owners, and they kind of got word of it, and they're like, we'll just let them know that you're friends of ours. I'm like, whatever, but I've never been to Europe. And my family is of Italian descent. My mother's from Sicily, and my father is from a town north of Rome. So we won't be on that side at all. He's, north and east of Rome, but we'll be lots of little ports going all the way up that east coast. So places where cruise ships don't fit.
Up the east coast of Italy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm sorry, the west coast. Sorry, the
oh,
west
you're going to the west coast. No,
west
but
coast. Sorry, said it
yeah,
wrong. Yeah.
it is the west coast because when I went to Italy, I had a week in Rome, and I had a week. I can't even remember where it was. We had a week on the west coast, just northwest of Rome. Loved it. Love it there.
So I'm interested. It's our 35th wedding anniversary celebration.
Aw.
So that's why we're doing it. And I think we're getting to that point where we probably have more than half our life done, and this is something that we've always wanted to do. We're like going to go ahead and do it. So
No, but it'd be amazing. And also because you've got the membership site now as well, you'll be able to get recurring income coming in.
yes,
And you can probably just dip in and out of it as you need to, or you prepare for it beforehand.
I
And
will. And I have so many things already recorded. I've got like the Zoom call, the biweekly Zoom calls I've actually scheduled. So there's one the day before we leave, and then one when we get back like 3 days later. It works out. Normally I do them on Wednesday. So that week I'm just going to do it on Monday. And it's going to they know ahead of time, like most of them know already, that my in-person people know that I won't be there, but they have access to the workouts, and so I think I'm pretty comfortable with it. And that,
it'll work.
yeah, yeah,
It'll work. And you'll have an amazing time as well. Um, and yeah, just keep an eye out or an ear out for the tribe. I don't even know what they call it, tribe experience or tribe something. I'm sure Justine will probably be going.
yeah, she's right there,
Yeah.
right? Well, you were there just a little bit ago, right? Did you see Justine and Melissa
Oh
and?
no, I didn't go there. I think Melanie went.
Oh, Melanie went there. Why was I thinking you went? You haven't,
Maybe.
have you been back to the US since, well, you went for Naples,
Yeah, we went because I went to Mayor's thing in February.
November?
Yeah, I went November and then I went in February as well.
Okay.
Yeah. And we
This
went
February or last February? I
February
mean,
just gone. February just gone.
in 19?
Yes.
Oh, okay. All right.
We were there just for a few days. I was ill the whole time, but
Oh, no.
I only got ill the night before. It was really weird. And yeah, Mike couldn't drive, and I drove through a snowstorm from New York Airport to New Jersey. That was interesting.
Oh, my gosh. Where was it, in Princeton where she lives, or no?
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. Oh,
Same
I'm
place as the year
sorry.
before. Did you go the year before?
I didn't go in February because we had a conflict.
Okay, yeah. I'm trying to because you went to Naples, didn't you?
Naples, yeah, in November.
Yeah, now I'm not too sure because she's not too sure of the dates yet for the one coming up. So I think it's gonna be November again. I don't think I can make that.
So,
So
she gonna do Florida again, or did she say?
I don't know. Don't know.
Mhm.
Don't know. Because I think her son's starting college, so she needs to you have parents' weekends or something, do you,
Mhm.
when they settle in?
Yes,
Yeah.
especially
So
when the kid is a freshman. That's their first year. Parents' weekend is a big deal. Yeah.
yeah. So she needed, understandably, she wanted to find out when that was. And obviously if the college aren't letting her know, then she can't do anything herself.
Yeah. Yeah.
So which is understandable. But
Hmm.
obviously, we have to make plans at our end as well. But say lovely, we'll
Yeah.
hopefully get out there September, October time because I've been asked to speak at a retreat there for Rayanne. Do you know Rayanne Mullins?
Mm-mm.
She's in the Go Getters now. She's asked me to speak at her retreat in Asheville at the end of September, beginning of October.
Okay.
So I might go and do that.
Why does her name sound familiar? She's hosting a retreat in Asheville,
Yeah,
and
she
you're
does.
gonna.
She wants me to speak at it. Yeah,
Okay.
she's she's like you. She does in-person classes and she does an online membership
Okay.
for fitness stuff. Um, yeah, just Google her. I'm sure you. She was part of Jill's Best of You in. When was the year Mary Alice was in Best of You?
I was only in Best of You for all of 2017, and Mary Ellis spoke to us that year. She did one of Jill's
I think it was
talks.
2015. Yeah, I think it was 2015 because I was Best of
2015.
You 2016. So I think 2015 Mare was in it, and so was Rayanne and Sabrina. Um, and then I think Rayanne's stuck with Mary Alice. I
Okay.
think. I could be wrong. I don't know.
All right.
I don't know. I
It's
get so
interesting because 2000 fall of 2013, I was like this close to signing up with Best of You, and I
wow.
didn't do it. And then, I waited. In fact, I think it was right that I waited to do it when I did it. I didn't really know what was going on, and I was just only in person, which was fine. But I
Yeah, I
think,
mean, I joined thinking I was going to do something fitnessy, but it wasn't fitting into. There was something not right. There was something not right, and that's why joining Mary Alice helped because it pivoted me to what I wanted to do.
yeah, so many people have pivoted. I mean, Emily's pivoted. Nikki Wilson has pivoted. I don't know what year I think she was in Mastermind maybe last year.
I don't know Nikki Wilson.
I've came across her I really don't know how I came across her. I think I was in a group 2018. It was an Instagram group, and we used to private message each other and let
Yeah.
each other know when we were posting, and she was part of it. But Instagram actually kind of figured that out.
Yeah, but I hear two sides to that story every time. Because there's some people who are doing it and it's working really well for them, and
Mm-hmm.
others who do it and it doesn't.
So you're on Instagram, right?
Yeah.
So I belong to a Facebook group. I'll send you the link, which is Instagram over 50. It's for women over 50.
Okay.
And when we post, we do it in the Facebook group, and then you go and post on Instagram. And I'm pretty impressed with the organization of the group and the size of it.
Okay, that'd be interesting. I
And if
always wondered though, because Facebook own Instagram and they know that our accounts are linked. So I always wondered whether they would ever get hold of that type of thing as well.
well, they probably, but I don't know. It seems I'm not really sure how someone I think recommended me. I think I got like a notice, like, are you interested in this group from people I don't know anyone in the group personally, which I
Yeah.
think is so I've connected. And there are many accounts geared for women over 50 by women over 50, and not all of them are fitness, which I'm very excited about. Some of them are MLMs, and I'll like their post, but I won't engage it. Because if you post it, it's a like for a like, but there's also ones where you have to comment. And
Mm,
I actually don't get involved in the comment ones because I don't want to have to comment on someone inauthentically on someone's MLM company. You know what I mean?
yeah. I mean, I'd be interested in 50 plus because I've now actually stated I am working with women in their 40s, 50s and beyond. And I want to stay with that age group. And I also want to see more and learn more from women who are online in those groups and who've started. I want to know from women who've started online doing what we're doing in their 40s and 50s. Yeah, I want those people because I keep seeing people, obviously, I follow people in their 20s and 30s, and I'm like,
Yeah,
I want to know what
right.
it's like at our age to start because it's so different.
I didn't
So,
even start my business till I was 49. And that was in person. And the online stuff is just since 2017. Yeah.
but it is
Um,
really, really different because we have come from a totally, totally different era. I've got a master's and I've got a degree in business, but the way you do business now is so different to
yeah.
what I do. And it's a lot of ingrained patterns in our head we have to undo and unravel and change. And it is, I'm not going to say it's not insurmountable, but it is different. It is different.
It's different. I think we have to go about things different. In some ways, I have a benefit because I knew nothing about business. Like anything organizing, whatever, I learned from running a house with 4 little kids and a husband who wasn't around. And actually, there's a lot to be said for that,
So yeah.
you know, and just a little bit of working in a hospital and healthcare. I didn't do that very long, but goodness, if you don't follow the system, the whole thing breaks.
Mm.
And lately this word has been coming up over and over in my head is like, are your systems in place? What's your system? And I'm like, the universe is telling me I need to think about my systems.
Yeah, so I just got a message on my phone. I forgot to tell Mike
Go ahead.
something. It's all right, don't worry. I'll tell him in a minute. I'll tell him. But one question I've got, actually coming back to sort of work stuff, how do you know, I mean, I'm going to put this in a couple of groups anyway. How long do you leave? Say I do my 5-day challenge. How long do I then leave before starting my beta test? And then after my beta test, how long do I leave to start my membership site?
That's really important because I think your email list can get really annoyed. You know, if you're doing a lot of join this, join this, join this without having a period of offering, like acting as a resource, you know. So I think I would not bombard it, but I know some people go right from a beta test to an actual into the next thing.
So I was wondering whether, like, at the end of my 5-day challenge, to leave it, so that'll end on a Friday,
Mm-hmm.
and then spend the whole of the next week talking about my beta test and seeing how they got on with the challenge, etc. So it's a week, so it's literally 10 days later the beta test starts, and then the beta test is going to run for 6-7 weeks anyway, so people won't get bombarded. And then
Okay, so the people who are not in the beta test, you can just be, or if there's a, is there a wait list that's going to be created for your launch?
yeah, I have a wait list for my beta test, and then I'm going into my membership site from that. And I'm initially going to offer it to those who did the beta test
Okay.
to a certain date, and then I'll open it up to the public with a webinar or something. But it was just about the time in between, because I don't want
The
to finish
time
my
in between the challenge and the beta test?
yeah, and then between the beta test and then the membership site.
So I guess I would go right from the beta test into the membership launch, but
Yeah,
the challenge into the beta test, I
leave kind of like about 10 days maybe.
the thing is, they're warm.
Mm.
Are they warm? Is it just, and so are you going to market the beta test only to the people that were in the challenge or to everyone on your list?
No, to everyone on my list, and also my Facebook group, and also everybody on social media. I'll
So
do that.
everywhere.
Yeah, so that's why I thought I may need 10 days, and people, because I'm going to focus on the challenge, and I'll still be
Mm-hmm.
talking about everything, but I'll be talking about the challenge in my group.
Mm-hmm.
And then come to the end of the challenge is when I'll start talking about the beta test, and I'll start talking about it on social media then.
Okay.
Because, yeah, I was thinking,
I
because
think it's okay. I'm not an expert. That's, you know, but I'm
yeah,
trying to remember, like when I did, I haven't gone from a challenge to a beta test to a launch. I went from a beta test, so that I launched the beta test, did it for 4 weeks, and then launched small group coaching in 2017, and that went very well.
how long was between your beta test finishing and your small group coaching starting?
I went right into a 10-day launch, so it was probably 10 more days.
Okay.
Well,
So that
probably
was
2
2 days.
weeks because it ended. But that beta test, I was going to accept 10 people. I
Mm.
actually got 20. So because I promised it 10, I treated it like 2 different groups. And then I launched into small group coaching. I think that was 8 weeks. The beta test was 4. And I told them, you will all be in one group because a lot of people from beta came over. It was probably 75% re-up, which I was really happy with, and then some new people.
Okay, so the kind of timing I'm thinking about probably will work then.
I think it will work.
Yeah, okay. I
Yeah,
mean, if not, I try it and I see, don't I?
exactly. And you may learn something from Stu there.
Yeah, because he normally, it looks like he does, like, he talks about, the videos that you do, and I think you go from the Thursday and you don't start that next Monday, it's the Monday after that, so it's like a 10-day
Yeah.
lead into it. But different things work for different people, don't they? I
I
think that,
really like, though, you bringing up the open and closed, because I have some people sitting on the fence saying, I'll join your membership, but they haven't paid yet. So I think I'm going to start putting out in my groups and an email, at least to those people saying, listen, if you're interested in the membership, we're only accepting people until July 1st. And the next time we open, it's going to be October 1st.
yeah, and
Because
it gives them,
people on the fence, they're either going to want to do it now or they can wait till October 1st, or they never were going to do it anyway.
yeah, exactly. And it gives them the, whoop, they need to make a decision one way or the other and stop being
Right.
wishy-washy and just do it.
Yeah.
And you don't want
Yeah.
to keep wondering, well, are you going to join or aren't you? Or,
Yeah. And I don't want to keep bothering us. I'm going to be like, look, here's the deal. if you're interested, it's, the doors are open until July 1st, and then you'll have to wait.
Yeah,
So
let me know how it goes.
I'm going to have to make Sky change that on the website, because right now the way the website is, because she kind of talked me in, or I agreed with her. I listened to her advice. On the website, you could sign up for my online only membership on the website. So I'm going to have to turn that into only until July 1st. And then after that, you're on the wait list.
And then you've got a wait list of people anyway, and you can nurture them.
Yeah.
And they'll be ready, for the next one, and they'll know, oh my gosh, she does close the doors when she says she's going to close the doors.
Yeah.
Oh my
and
God,
I even have a couple in-person person who's the same way. And I'm like, look, if you can't work it out this summer, then wait till October.
Yeah.
You either can join July 1st or not. There's, a few people I've been on the phone with, and I'm like, all right.
Yeah, because also you don't want to be pushy. You don't want them to be wishy-washy. You don't want to be wishy-washy. You don't want to keep appearing in their frigging inbox like 10 times a day. Please join my program, or why haven't you joined?
Right. Yeah. And even some of my current blog posts with the call to action, I'm going to leave it up, and let them know this is till July 1st. Thank you. You really helped me make a decision just based on that, because really, the more I think about it, it's like this, what these people are being is like, what's the deal? I can do it anytime I want. And I'm like, no.
And they'll make excuses about why they can't do it now, why they can't do it next week, why they can't do it the week after.
Right. And if you can't ever do it, then you never were going to do it anyway.
And sometimes you might be you could be helping them anyway. You're helping make that decision and stop wasting time on thinking about it. And if they're in, they're going to benefit. And even if they're not, they benefit from not wasting the time thinking about it.
Yeah. Excellent.
Yeah. Let me know how it goes.
All right.
Let me know the response you get, because I'm going to have to go now because I need to go and eat my dinner.
Okay. Yeah. Go enjoy your dinner. All right. Thanks so much for chatting.
That's okay. How often are these calls? Because this is the first one I've been on since whenever.
Oh, they're every other week. So the next one will be 2 weeks from today. And it's just kind of, I don't know if someone already agreed to host that one or not. We've just been like rotating hosts. So.
Okay. And normally most people come on, or they're not on, or
I've seen like 4 or 5 people at the most.
Okay.
And some with 3. So I missed 2 weeks ago. I was traveling for a wedding, so I missed 2 weeks ago.
Okay.
But yeah.
It's nice to connect, isn't it?
It is nice to connect. It's so worth it. So I try to make it. I think I've done about 70% of them so far, but I do really like it.
Okay. I guess because I was so caught up in the other one as well, and everything going on in my life, I just didn't know whether I was coming or going, Judy.
Yeah. Well, this is a nice free resource. We're here to help each other. We try to stay on track with what we're talking about and move on.
Yeah. Oh, I'll ask you, and tell me, you can message me this privately if you want to. HRT, tell me what you think of it.
Okay.
Because my doctor told me I might need it, or suggested it, but just let me know privately about that one.
All right. I'll do that. Okay, great.
All right.
Thanks for chiming in. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. See
you
later.
Take care. Bye. Have a good dinner.
Thank you. Bye.